Hello, Othersiders and viewers alike. My name is Sam Potter from Otherside Gaming, and today I got some news that was pretty disheartening. Um, uh, Justin Carmichael, aka Jew Wario, from his Import Gaming Reviews, has passed away, and it's really sad because he was probably one of the pioneers of video game reviews and import video game reviews. And I really loved his videos. And my heart goes out to his wife, his family, his friends, and the guys over at RetroWare, because he was an awesome guy. I got to meet him once and got to talk to him for a little bit. And super nice, super funny, absolutely hilarious. And so I just wanted to address that first. But the reason I'm talking is because the way he passed away was not justified, I guess is the word. He was I'm sorry, this is really hard to talk about for me, but he was killed by a self-inflicted gunshot wound. So I don't know. This is hard. Anyway, I didn't really know the guy, but I miss him all that much. It's really, really sad to hear. And yeah, so my whole point for this is going to be kind of a doozy. So if you don't want to listen or anything like that, then feel free to click away. But I'm creating this video for anyone who's ever had depression, who's ever thought about hurting themselves or other people, or anything like that. I'm here to talk today about my story, because trust me, it's pretty crazy. So I guess I should start off with my initial background and how I probably fell into depression. Let's see. My initial plunge into depression started back when I was debatably 16, and started at the start of my junior year in high school. Before then, I was a very awkward kid, and I still am today, and I kind of addressed that in my latest Respect Your Elders video. I'm a very socially awkward person. I'm very much an introvert. And videos is probably the only way I get out to people. So, there's that. As a kid, I was awkward for more than a few reasons. Not only my personality, but I also had braces for the longest time ever, which I was pretty much this nerdy kid who loved anime and played video games, and just pretty much the definition of a nerd. I had buck teeth and everything. I didn't have too many friends, but the ones I did have were really meaningful. I'm not going to drop any names, but you know who you are. Hopefully you're watching, but if not, that's fine. So pretty much from being a complete nerd, I grew up. That's a very lackluster term, because I still have very much a baby face. I grew up, braces went away. I was doing really well in life. I had made varsity soccer, and this is kind of the start of it, but I quit as soon as I made varsity because I hated everyone on the team. I did not like them at all. There was a few exceptions to some, but I didn't like anybody on the team at all whatsoever. So, because I had so much time over the summer, I got a job by the end of my sophomore year at a local grocery store, Safeway. I don't know if Safeway's everywhere, but anyways, it's pretty much just a drugstore. And so I would, I had a job, and at the end of my sophomore year, I actually got my first girlfriend, who I was foolishly but madly in love with. So there's you can start to see where this goes downhill. I got my first car, which I still have today, which runs great, which is awesome. I'm really thankful for that. Um, so, um, over this period of time, my my parents weren't going through a very great time, and they had arguments, and my father was very much an abuser of alcohol, and it wasn't very apparent, but it was still there. So while that's going on, I first day of school, junior year, I remember so vividly because I remember just being so embarrassed. It was awful. I had been walking down the hall with my girlfriend, and people were shocked because they're like, "Hey, how did you get this such an attractive girl as a girlfriend?" And I was just like, "Guys, that's enough." But so the day goes on, and I eventually get word back hearing, "Oh, hey, so and so said this, so and so said that," and pretty much by the end of the day, I had found out that my girlfriend was cheating on me the entire time, and it was heartbreaking. And I remember just going home and thinking, no, 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 this isn't real. But it was very much so, and it was sad. Simple as that. So from there, it was kind of just a downward spiral. I stopped going to work. I simply just wouldn't go in. I wouldn't call anybody, say I'm not coming. I just wouldn't go in. And by this time, I would be what you would consider severely depressed. I wouldn't get out of bed. I wouldn't do anything. I wouldn't even play video games, which I love to do. And I wouldn't even talk to my best friend. And yeah, it's I don't even know how to explain it. I don't even know why I'm talking right now. But it was really hard to talk. Well, it's really hard to talk about, and it was really hard to go through. There was not a single day where suicide didn't come into mind. Not a single day, I swear to God. But it's funny because death was never a stranger to me. By the time I was 12, I had 8 family members die. And so I was always kind of taught that every day is a gift and you got to cherish it because you just don't know how long you're going to be here. So from here, things start to get a little bit better, but not really. Pretty much for my whole junior year, I had missed 186 days of school, which is ridiculous. I had a 4.0 GPA, and it just dropped to nothing in less than a year. It was awful. It was always really funny, though, because people would always consider me the smart kid, the kid that just kind of knew the answers, and they would, cheat off my papers, and I was like, you know what, whatever helps you, I guess, because that's just kind of the person that I am. So, in very in a very terrible way, I had tried to fill this void that was in my heart, and it wasn't good at all. I would disappear from my house for days on end, and with my family wondering where I was, and I was essentially trying to fill this void with a physical need, just being sexual relation, and I essentially just hoard myself out, like without any sort of standards or care. I was just a terrible person, so which only made me feel worse in the end, because I knew that it didn't matter and no one had actually cared about anything. It was just a thing to help me kind of win myself over, I guess. Um, so later on, while I'm just pretty much mentally beating myself up, um, my parents were separated because eventually it just got to the point where my dad couldn't control himself. So my parents were then separated, and obviously that kind of takes a toll on you. Um, it's heartbreaking to see, actually, because I have a family of I have three siblings. I have two sisters and an autistic brother, and that's really hard to go through and try and tell your siblings why your parents are separating. It's a really hard position to be in. Um, so by this time, it's this is easily probably one of my lowest points in life. I decided one day that I was just gonna end it and it'd be over with, and I wouldn't have to deal with any anymore. Just it'd be over, just like that. It's My life is almost kind of ironic in a way because the way that people have interacted in my life is very strange, to say the least. So I live in a somewhat small-ish town, so there aren't very many tall buildings. But I decided that I was gonna find the tallest building in my town and jump off, and that would be it. I'd be done. I wouldn't have to deal with anything, anyone, or anything for that matter. So I go down there, and I pretty much just make my way up to the roof of this building, and uh, it's kind of a trashy place, because there's a parking garage right next to it, about the same height, and there's a lot of kids that just like to hang out in there, and security guards don't really care. So what happens in there for the most part, as long as you're not on the roof and they can't see you, then they don't care. So I make my way up to this roof, and I'm pretty much standing on the edge, just about to go off, and I start thinking about my family and my friends and what they're gonna think, and so I hesitate. And so I'm up there for at least an hour, and then all of a sudden, my friend Olivia, she comes and she finds me up here, and she just asked me, "What are you doing? Why are you up here?" And I just told her I was kind of done with life, and didn't really want to go through anymore. And she just told me to keep going. You know, if you're going through hell, then you keep going. It's something that everybody just does. We don't like life more than half the time, but we still do things because of the people that we care about. And so I step off the ledge, and we hang out for a little bit and just talk. And after that, I was put on antidepressants, and I was going to talk to people about how I was feeling and that sort of thing. And only through that way had I learned that I was such a disturbed person that I had actually scared my mom. She didn't know what I was going to do, what I was going to potentially do to the family, and it's heartbreaking. But it kind of needed to be said in some sort of weird sense. I had become this person that I was totally not. I had become very numb and cruel, And it was really not me, because I love to help people. And I I just love to help people. It's what I do. And being something that you're not is not fun. It's not fun at all. And it obviously it obviously still breaks my heart today to know that I was like that. It's absolutely heartbreaking, and there wasn't much I could do about it, except for just hope and pray to God that these pills would save me. And they weren't happy pills or anything like that, but you really do have to make an effort to try and make yourself better, because if you don't, then it's not going to help you. So after a while of being on these antidepressants, I had met some people who could still, in spite of me not being me, could still see my personality and loved me for it. I don't even know how. I don't even want to know how, but they did. And so I just, after a while, everything just kind of got better. I wasn't thinking as much about killing myself. I was thinking more about my friends and how their lives were going, and just things that didn't matter to me. I mean, not to say that they didn't matter, but things that my old self would never care about. So I had started to be myself again. I started to smile, and I started to laugh, and I was happy, and it was great. However, my senior year, my friend Olivia had died in a car crash, and it was really hard to see her go, because all I could think of for weeks is, why wasn't that me? Just, why couldn't it have been me? It easily could have been, but she had given me a gift, and I can never repay her. I mean, don't get me wrong, I still love my family and my friends, but I can't ever repay her. Sorry. Some of these things I have never actually told anybody, and I hope that somehow this will be helpful to you. But for me, what really got me through my depression with the help of medication was just taking life day by day and cherishing the people who are in your life. Right now, I'm not on any sort of medication. I'm 20 now, and I've been off for 2 years now. And, but there's not a single day that goes by where I'm not afraid that it might come back. Darkness is not fun to be in by yourself at all. So I encourage you, if you're even thinking about killing yourself, please talk to somebody. It could be your best friend, it could be a teacher. Hell, even if you sent something to me, I would try and console you as best as I could. But I'm no miracle worker, that's for sure. But I can damn well try. Um, Seriously though, if you have any sort of thoughts and you're in depression and it's really that bad, you need to talk to someone. Talk to your doctor. Ask them to get you on some sort of antidepressant. And if you feel like you don't need them, then just keep trying. Don't ever stop trying. Ever. Because once you do, you might as well consider yourself dead. And the only way that I was able to make this realization was through one of my favorite TV show blocks in history, which was Toonami, which was on Cartoon Network, and recently came back a couple years ago. And God bless those people over there, because there's a specific kind of motivational speech that it aired while I was watching this, and I was like, wow, that really speaks to me. And its overall message was just keep trying as hard as you can, and take your time with everything in your life, but the real part that counts is getting back up and standing on your feet, because that's what really, really matters. It shows people that you've got character and you've got heart. So I just encourage all of you to please do not go that route. Ever. Yeah, I really hate hearing about it, because it's been really apparent in my life. Death is something that I have known my entire life, and it's really hard for me. Please do not ever do this. It's awful. If you even think you're starting to get depression, tell someone, because the help is available. People are there to help you, and people are willing to help you. Right now, I'm at a community college working for my computer science degree, and it's going really well. I have over 40 plus hours of homework a week, but I'm working for what I love to do. Either that, or if that doesn't work out, then probably video production. But the point is, life goes on, and you will live a life that is worth living. I know you will. I kind of want to apologize for not really being so apparent on the channel lately. And this is really just kind of out of nowhere. But I felt it was really relevant and apparent. And like I said before, I like to help people. And so that's what I wanted to do with this. And I really hope that it did help some of you. Just to be like, hey, I'm not alone. There's other people that have gone through this. And of course, my story isn't the worst. But I could tell you some shit, that's for sure. But I really hope that this helped some of you. If, like I said before, if you want to talk about anything, just send me a message, send me an email, and I will try and respond. But live life to the fullest. Just do it. There's so much out there, and there's so much opportunity for you, that there's no reason why you should just sit in a dark room for the rest of your life and do nothing. It's so wonderful to have people that care about you. And they do. Trust me, I thought that people didn't for the longest time. And at one point, they probably didn't. But they do. Anyways, I wanted to say sorry again. I've just been uploading episode after episode of just playing with Matt. And I know that's not necessarily what you guys like to watch, but I like to make it. So I just want to say sorry. But yet again, my condolences go out to Justin Carmichael's family and friends and his wife and everyone who enjoyed watching his videos, because I sure as hell did. yeah. um, my name is Sam Potter, and I guess that's my story, my depression story. And I hope you learned something from it. Don't pretty much that would be don't be so foolish. First of all, don't be stupid, and just be you. Be who you want to be. Your family and friends will be there for you. That is, as long as you're not like totally, completely destroying yourself as a person. Anyways, I guess I will see you guys on the other side later.